Fasting for deliverance from sexual impurity. Then all the children of Yisrael and all the people went up and came unto the house of YAHUAH and wept and sat there before YAHUAH and fasted that day until even and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before YAHUAH. And YAHUAH smote Benjamin before Yisrael. Judges 20:26 and 35. Sexual sin is one of the hardest sins to break. Many believers struggle with generational lust that has passed down through the family lines. Lust spirits cause much shame, guilt, and condemnation. This robs the believer of the confidence and boldness he should have as a believer in YAHUSHA HaMashiach. Many believers struggle with masturbation, pornography, perversion, and fornication. Fasting will drive these generational ruach oath from your life. In Judges 19:22, we read about some men in a city who wanted to have sexual relationships with the guest of an old man in that city. While they were enjoying themselves, the men of the city, who were wicked men, surrounded the house and pounded on the door. They said to the old man, the master of the house, "Bring out the man who came to your house so we can have relations with him." They were homosexuals who were identified as sons of Belial. The man of the house tried to discourage them and offered them his daughter and the guest's concubine instead. The men took the concubine of the guest and abused her all night. The abuse was so severe that she died. See Judges 19:25 through 30. The guest then took a knife and cut the concubine into 12 pieces and sent them to every tribe in Yisrael. His concubine had been raped to death. The men who raped the concubine were from the tribe of Benjamin. The men of Yisrael gathered against the city and requested they turn over the guilty men. The children of Benjamin would not listen and instead gathered themselves to battle. The children of Benjamin destroyed 22,000 men of Yisrael on the first day, Judges 20 and 21. And they destroyed 18,000 on the second day, verses 25. In Judges 20:26 through 35, we see that Yisrael cannot overcome Benjamin until they fasted. The resistance of Benjamin implies that there was something demonic behind them. 12 tribes cannot overcome one tribe because of the demonic resistance. This resistance was broken after fasting. This was the only way perversion was rooted out of the tribe of Benjamin. Fasting helps you break free from the chains of sexual perversion and lust. Lust is a demonic substitute for true love. Rejected people will seek out relationships and often get involved in sexual immorality at a young age. The spirit of harlotry can manifest at a young age and can be seen in young women who dress provocatively. Sexual impurity has become rampant in our society. Sexual lust spirits include adultery, fornication, whoredom, harlotry, seduction, sexual impurity, perversion, homosexuality, lesbianism, masturbation, pornography, incest, fantasy lust, sodomy, and uncleanness. Lust is not only sexual, but can also manifest in materialism, overindulgence, food addictions, gluttony, bulimia, anorexia, and extreme dieting, drug and alcohol addictions, clothing, and so on. Perversion. The perversion cluster of demons can lead to homosexuality, lesbianism, fetishes, molestation, and other deviant sexual activities. Perversion can be a manifestation of self-rejection. When people reject their own sexual identity, these are simply attempts to overcome rejection. Loose your sexual character. Flee fornication, 1 Corinthians 6:18. The sex drive is one of the strongest appetites in the human body. Satan's desire is to control and pervert it outside the marital relationship in which it is berathed. Many believers struggle in this area with the companion spirits of guilt and condemnations. Ruachs of lust and perversion can operate in any part of the physical body, including the genitals, the hands, eyes, mouth, stomach, and so on. Any part of the body given to a sexual sin will be invaded and controlled by ruach oath of lust. An example would be the eyes in viewing pornography, the hands in acts of masturbation, or the tongue in filthy conversation. Sexual impurity is a strong-rooted ruach Because it is rooted in the flesh, the longer a person has been in a lifestyle, homosexuality, adultery, masturbation, the more difficult it is. That thing will stubbornly cling to your flesh. Sometimes fasting is the way to weaken the root system, because when you fast, you are dealing with the flesh. You are subduing your flesh. That's why demons hate fasting. They don't want you to fast. But if you truly want to be free, I recommend that you fast. Begin your fast for deliverance from sexual impurity with this prayer. In the name of Yahusha, I loose all members of my body, including my mind, my memory, my eyes, my ears, my tongue, my hands, my feet, and my entire sexual character from all lust, perversion, sexual impurity, uncleanness, lasciviousness, promiscuity, pornography, fornication, homosexuality, fantasy, filthiness, burning passion, and uncontrollable sex drive. So be it. Deliverance and renunciation of sexual sin. I renounce all sexual sin that I have been involved with in the past, including fornication, masturbation, pornography, perversion, fantasy, and adultery, in the name and authority of Yahusha. I break all curses of adultery, perversion, fornication, lust, incest, rape, molestation, illegitimacy, harlotry, and polygamy in the name of Yahusha. I command all ruach of lust and perversion to come out of my stomach, out of my genitals, out of my eyes, out of my mind, out of my mouth, out of my hands, out of my blood, in the name and authority of Yahusha. I present my body to be a living sacrifice unto Yahuwah. My members are the members of Yahusha HaMashiach. I will not let them be the members of a harlot. I release the fire of Yahuwah to burn out all unclean lust from my life in the name and authority of Yahusha. I break all unyali soul ties with former lovers and sexual partners in the name of Yahusha. I cast out all spirits of loneliness that would drive me to unyali sexual relationships in the name and authority of Yahusha. I command all ruach of hereditary lust from my ancestors to come out in the name of Yahusha. I command all spirits of witchcraft that work with lust to leave in the name of Yahusha. I take authority over my thoughts and bind all ruach koth of fantasy and lustful thinking in the name and authority of Yahusha. I cast out all marriage breaking ruach koth of lust that would break covenant in the name of Yahusha. I cast out and loose myself from any spirit spouses and spirits of incubus and succubus in the name and authority of Yahusha. I cast out all spirits of perversion, including Moabite and Ammonite ruach koth of lust in the name and authority of Yahusha. I receive the spirit of Kudasha in my life to walk in sexual purity in the name of Yahusha. I loose myself from the ruach of the world, the ruach of lust of the flesh, the ruach of lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. I overcome the world through the power of the Ruach HaKodesh. I am crucified with Yahusha. I mortify my members. I do not let sin reign in my body, and I will not obey its lust. In the name and authority of Yahusha HaMashiach, I pray, let it be done. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So be it.